Today on M&B Media TV, we have Damon Werts on with us today, here to share his experience with growing up in the Cavalier Manor section of Portsmouth, Virginia. So first of all, Damon, thank you so much for being on with us today. We really appreciate it.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, Joe.
Absolutely, man. Here on M&B Media TV, we love to have those genuine conversations with genuine people just like yourself, just to share a portion of your life's journey. So my first question is, what was it like for you growing up in Portsmouth, Virginia?
Man, first word I could think of is just fun. Like I said, you got where I live in Cavalier Manor, but you got Tower Mall, you got Mid City, and you got the Frank D, you got the parade. So just fun, man. Sometimes I still ride down that way just to, you know, just see some of the older buildings and memories spark up. Yeah, just fun, man. When I think of Portsmouth, still love Portsmouth. I live in Chesapeake, but it's still Portsmouth to the heart.
Call it P-Town.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You talked about Tower Mall. How was that for you, man?
Oh, man.
People don't remember.
You can walk right up there, Tower Mall.
Yeah.
I had birthdays at Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, man. Morrison's.
Yeah.
Then you got the Record Bar.
Yes, sir.
All that stuff.
High ice cream.
Toy store. Yeah, man. Then you got
Radio Shack.
Yeah, Radio Shack. Radio Shack. Yeah, all that. Montgomery Ward. Movies. So it was cool, man.
Right there.
That was the spot. Yeah.
In Cavalier Manor, man.
Yeah, right there.
Right in Cavalier Manor.
Cut through the field, you right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for
right
sure.
there, man. Cavalier Manor Gym.
Yeah. Gym, man. Oh, man. Basketball.
Camp.
Pool tables up there. I went to day camp.
Yeah.
Every year. So, you know, that was the thing. Then the pool right outside. Other court outside. Yeah, that was cool, man.
Wow.
Gym's still there, though.
Wow.
Yeah, I ain't been in there in a minute, but it's
Yeah,
still
man.
there.
Yeah. We had good times, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Remembering our Little League football days in Cavalier Manor, we both played on the same team. Do you wish at times that we could go back to those days?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, it was more simpler back then, man. Like I said, once again, fun, man. Just being out there, you can walk into a football game, or baseball game, girls playing jacks outside. You know, it was just cool, man. Everybody riding their bike.
Yes, sir.
Just fun community, man.
Wow.
Just a true neighborhood.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I wish I could go back. Yeah.
In those days, man, we had a lot of good dudes on the team, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back then, man, Cavalier Manor field.
Yeah,
man. What I like about it, everybody like Pop Warner now today, they play different cities. Cavalier Manor football had their own team, their own league. So we had like 7-8 teams.
Yep.
Everybody knew each other. Everybody played. So night games, and then you got your Saturday.
All day.
You might play, then you there all day long.
Saturday.
Yeah. So I'll never forget that.
It were good times, man. And
for
the coaches was from the neighborhood.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
It were good times, man. Speaking of the team we had, when the name Dave Pitt comes to mind, what does he mean to you?
Oh man, that's my homeboy, man. Even back then, you know, when you're younger, you know, he talking like all confident and stuff. You don't see that too much when you're young, 8, 9 years old. And then, you know, we grew up, and then we started circle back. We hanging when we adolescents and 20s, in my 20s. That's when we really started hanging. The experiences changed then.
Right.
So, you know, we got to see a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, he passed recently, man. So it kind of messed me up. You know?
Right.
Still don't believe it to a degree, man. But there ain't gonna be nobody like him, man. That's my guy, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Sure.
Is there anything that you wish you could have learned early in your teenage years that you know now?
Yeah, man. Be honest, man. Just when I think about it, just how I was then, used to be like a little standoffish. I had friends and everything, kind of introverted. So
Right.
what I would do, you know, break off to myself. I'm looking up Titanic and looking at dictionaries of words and stuff and encyclopedias at my grandma's house. And so, you know, that's considered to be weird, man, a little bit, but I can see how it shaped me into who I am now. So I just would say, be yourself, man. You know, like, it don't cost nothing to be yourself. And that's the best thing you could probably do. So looking back, I didn't know why I used to be into certain stuff like that. But, you know, other people might consider that crazy or weird. But if you being you, that's all matters. So that's what I would tell anybody now, man. Just be yourself, man.
Wow.
When the smoke clear, it's gonna be better for you to be yourself. That's for anybody.
It's good wisdom.
So don't let nobody just follow the crowd.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. Take you a long way.
Yeah. So being an introvert is nothing wrong with it then.
Nah, man.
Not at all.
That's where the creation come from.
Yes.
Yeah. You can't be
That's
around
good, man.
people all day long.
Wow.
and do what you supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You say that's where the creative process come from.
Yeah, you got to be by yourself sometimes. Yeah.
That's good wisdom, man. I like that.
Yeah, you got to.
I like that. Yeah. Man, going back to the conversation about Dave.
Yeah.
You said y'all shot a movie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we did back in the
And that was creative, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And the funny part was, him being him with the gift of gab, we met a guy and we was doing some music stuff. And the guy just mentioned one time we was talking, he said, I always wanted to do like a movie. And then Dave was like, we got a movie, but we ain't have no movie. So we left, we like, look man, we gonna write this junk. We went, came up with a plot, wrote down a little script, took it to her sister, she typed it up, went to Kinko's. Next thing you know, we got a casting call.
Right.
And then me and my other homeboy, Jack, it came to fruition. And then we selling the movie at North State campus and so on and so forth. And then one thing led to another, man. A little hood movie, but it's something that we did. We just, from the mind.
It was like ahead of y'all time.
Yeah, and it was cool just to be there from the infancy part and then just watch it grow.
Wow.
So yeah.
So it gained a lot of attraction back then.
Yeah, back then it did. It did.
Wow.
I think a guy got fired, like a guy who played in the movie for free. He was a policeman. They fired him, and then the news started getting involved, and then they started coming to interview us. Then it snowballed into something else. But yeah, the experience, I wouldn't take it back. You know.
Wow.
It was cool.
It's deep, man. Yeah. Street heat.
Yeah. I think I got a copy in the attic somewhere, VHS. So yeah, if you got a VCR, you can watch it.
Wow.
Yeah, some people converted it, but you know, man, I still got a VHS.
That's deep, man. A lot of good talent comes out of Portsmouth, man.
For sure.
Yeah, Missy Elliott.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then just Virginia
alone,
Yeah,
man. I love it, man. Man, you posted something on Facebook that caught my attention. You said you walked out of there 20 years ago. What did that mean?
Yeah, I was referring to 20 years ago, Sunday, March 20th, back in 05. That's when I was incarcerated, you know, close to 3 years. And that's when I left, got released, man. And then I just, right now it's kind of full circle. So, you know, been some ups and downs, roller coaster, just lifing. But it brought me back to like looking at my life and reflecting, you know what I mean?
It made you do that 20 years later?
Yeah, because I like the space that I was in when I came home. And then, like I said, life, stuff be going on in life. And then, you know, it's like a roller coaster. You up, you down. I've been through certain experience. Some people not here no more. You know, I've procrastinated on certain stuff. So when I say full circle, I mean my mindset. It's kind of back where it need to be. And I'm where I'm supposed to be in life, regardless of what didn't happen or what I did do or didn't do. I'm where I'm supposed to be now.
Wow.
So yeah, it meant something to me. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel like during that time that it shaped you into more of a man while you was away?
Time gone? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that time you was away.
Yeah. For one, I like simple stuff, man. You know, from what I eat into, like I said, me just being introverted, and then you go from that to being around a whole bunch of men all day. You gotta take showers with other men. You got, even on visits, you come back, you gotta get searched. You know, you get tired of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a culture shock to a degree.
Absolutely.
But but all of that stuff in them conditions, it make you not want to go back. But and it do change you. But for me, I had an encounter with God there. But like I said, sometimes you gotta be by yourself.
Right.
And I was by myself. You know, I had visits and letters and stuff, but it's gonna be times you don't get letters. And times you don't get no visits. Wow. So you got that alone time to reflect on and be accountable for what you did to get in that position.
Wow.
And then, you know, God will talk to you. Reveal some stuff to you. So that's what really, the encounter really changed me.
Right.
Of course, I don't want to go back. Of course, I don't want the food and the showers and, you know, just being around all the dudes.
Right.
But that's not the only thing that changed me.
Got you.
Yeah. So my mindset back there again. That's what I mean. 20 years later, it's like a full circle. So I'm glad where I'm at right now.
Yeah. So I always say you never know who's listening.
Right.
So you got through that moment because you had an encounter with God.
For sure.
Can you take us there to what actually happened when you say you had an encounter?
Yeah. Initially, I was going down to North Carolina. So initially what happened was I had a friend of mine named Andre. he passed too. But I haven't seen him in like months. And he just happened to come to my house. We was talking, and I said, I got to make a run. You know, I was in the street a little bit then. Got to make a run, and for some reason, he went with me. He got caught up, I got caught up. He ended up getting out before me. So I got out after like 4 months, and I had time to kind of switch my mindset, and I didn't. So I ended up thought I was gonna beat my case, ended up doing my time. So I had to go do the rest of the 31 months straight.
Right.
But it was just the encounter, man. Because of him, I remember he used to go like sing and go to church and stuff. So this one time I went, and I went to church. You know, you go to church, but there's a difference between like religion and like a relationship. So when I went away for the years, that's when I kind of made up my mind. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and let you do what you want to do.
Wow, that's deep, man.
Yeah, and that's where the change came from, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, you know, nobody perfect. You get out, and when I got out, strong-headed, ready, and you fall, you mess up sometimes, you get back up. But for the most part, it's in my heart.
In your heart.
So yeah, so that'll keep you.
It's good to know, man.
Even if you go this way a little bit,
absolutely,
you can't do but so much.
Absolutely,
you
pull you back.
Yeah, you got to face the mirror. You got to talk to God. Like you saying, that you do something with your parents. You got to deal with them. So you ain't gonna just run away and leave.
Right.
So yeah,
I like that, man. You know, like I say, you never know who's listening, and people may be in the same situation that you was in back then, and they're looking for something, you know, greater.
Right.
And to hear your story, man.
Yeah, sure,
it's powerful.
Yeah.
It's powerful, man. I like that. Man, you're a husband and a father. What's something you've learned about marriage and parenting that you wish you knew earlier?
Oh, well, I learned that with marriage, you forever learn.
Yeah.
It's ongoing.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I mean,
it's a marathon.
07 for me. So yeah, you two different people, but people don't realize it's the only relationship you one flesh. So you gotta learn how to be one flesh with another person. And a lot of people mess up. I think what I've learned is because people, and I'm still learning, I think people look at it and they feel some kind of way when the other person not like them or handle stuff like them, not realizing that you're supposed to mesh together. Your strengths, my weakness.
Wow.
And then we learn how to
balance.
mesh. Yeah. You can't be like, you ain't supposed to be like me. Like, if you good with money and I'm not, we supposed to come together in the structure. Just an example. But I think people don't realize that.
That's powerful, man.
Yeah, there's no other relationship like that. Like,
wow.
Your parents, but that's one relationship, you become one with another person. But yeah, I'm still learning. And then with the kids, learning. I think with them, I've learned that all of them different. So if you got multiple kids, you got to realize that they're not the same.
Yeah,
they got different personalities. And you got to kind of cater to all of them. So that's never ending too. I think even when they get older.
Hey man, that's deep, man. So you're a family man. How do you and your wife navigate through the challenges and keep your family connected? What keeps y'all connected?
Man, to be honest with you, it's been situations where I think in a nutshell, you just gotta remember, like I said, people don't realize it, and you might come back to it, but you gotta realize how you started. And then even for me, man, you gotta remember what got you together, and then you gotta do stuff to like maintain it. So you gotta understand that you're gonna go through stuff in life. People start passing. Like, you know, her grandparents she was close to, they passed, and you gotta navigate through that together.
Wow.
My grandparents not here no more, and it hurt me. So you navigate together. I think everybody just come on one front and realize they're a union, then they can grow together.
Right.
Flaws and all. We all got flaws. So,
right.
Man, as long as you're willing to just be there for the long haul, I think you'll get it together.
Right. I like that, man. I like it, man. To have both parents in the house, you and your wife, is powerful. What are the most important things that you both try to pass down to your children, instill in your children?
Yeah, I like for them to be themselves. They got different personalities.
So you tell them that? Be yourself.
Yeah, because I think when I was young, man, you know, the 90s, 80s, man, I got so many beatings from school and stuff, man. So I'd be like, man, but now that I think about it, my sisters, you know, they were more studious than me. They got A's and B's. I ain't get that. But my personality, I didn't learn like that.
Right.
I mean, don't make me dumb. I just ain't learn like that.
Yeah.
So I keep that in mind. As far as for me, they different. My youngest son, he different from the youngest girl. You know what I mean? She got B's, A's. He passing. You know what I mean? But I can relate to it, and I understand that they different and that they learn different.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And then, you know, for somebody else who out there, we're a blended family. So that's a story within itself, man. And there's lessons within that.
Being a blended family.
Yeah, by itself, man.
Right.
And that's cool. First thing you gotta realize, for me, it ain't no step nothing. They yours. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So everybody, they minds.
Say that one more time, man.
There's no such thing as
step
anything. You can't think like that. Yeah. And I got that from my stepdad. I came up in a blended family. My stepdad, I ain't never heard him say that in my life.
That's my son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I learned from him. But that's the first thing. You got to realize that, and you know, you got to come together as parents and figure out how we gonna raise them. You know what I mean? So, you know, conversations need to be had and stuff like that.
That's
and
powerful.
rules, but as long as you got that structure, and just go off of that, I think everything be all right. Yeah, everybody turning out fine, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Wow. I like it, man. Man, you're a leader at your job. You know, how do you balance being in a leadership role at work, and then you come home and have to connect with your family? How you keep that balance?
Man, honestly, it's not easy.
It's not easy?
Nah, because I'm a superintendent where I'm at. I got a phone ringing first thing in the morning. Somebody telling you they might show up, they might not show up.
Yeah.
I gotta adjust to that, and then I gotta keep people time right, and then I gotta talk to customers, and then so stuff like that. But you know, you find a way. I think it used to affect me worse back in the day, man, because I work all day, come home, go to sleep, do it again. Now I'm trying to take back some of my time. You know what I mean? I work, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. But like, for instance, lately I've been taking back my little Sundays and weekends here and there. I'm taking those back because, like you said, it's a balance. I got a family too, and I know I'm out here for them. But at the same time, I don't think God meant me to work all day, every day. Nobody.
Yeah. And not enjoy the fruit of what you do.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta have time to reflect again, so you can have time to think, be creative. You can't do that at work all day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to balance, but you know, as far as work, sometimes you gotta get a little stern. But then I think, as far as me, I'm kind of like I'm big on morale. So I understand everybody don't want to come to work every day. So I try to be like, include them in the plan. Hey, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, do that. We take a break.
That's good.
So they'll know everything we're doing.
Right,
and then it's some light at the end of the tunnel. You know you ain't staying all day. It's gonna be a time we going home. Go home, enjoy yourself, come back tomorrow. And if something going on, then just let me know. And then at home, same thing. My youngest son, he first year in high school. So I'm trying to get him to see he can talk to me and tell me things, because I've been 14 years old before too. So, you know, just come with growth, that's all.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
So you're intentional about, you know, morale at the job and
because
conversation.
I try to, I'm an introvert, but I'm also an empath. So I feel what people feel. And I think that's a gift for me.
Yeah.
I can understand. I know you don't want to be at work all day, every day. Just let me know what's up. And like I said, we're gonna work, but then we're gonna take a little break. Then we go back to work. And like I said, I include them in what we're doing so they ain't in the dark. And you know what I mean? You find some people still, you give them an inch, they're gonna take a mile. But as long as they know that we got some rules, man, I mean, you know, everybody know what's up, man.
It's deep, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
As a black leader of a corporation, correct?
Right.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you face in your role as a black male?
And no, I'm laughing because you said as a black male. To be honest with you, I do scaffolding.
Okay.
All right, so you up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Typically, I'll give you an example. I might talk to a customer. I'm supposed to go meet somebody. Or our guy saying, hey, I need you to go meet so-and-so, look at a job, see what it is. Not so much now, but in the past, you might walk up and you can tell they don't expect the person to be black.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing.
Right.
You know, but
they just used to.
Yeah. So stuff like that, maybe.
Gotcha.
But you don't see it too much now. It ain't nothing nobody tripping off. But yeah, I would just use that as an example.
Wow.
Yeah, it's funny though. Yeah.
But you demand respect though, not in a.
Oh no. Yeah. I'm quiet. I don't bother nobody, man. But disrespect.
Boundaries.
Nah.
Absolutely.
Because I respect anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, even a child to a degree, like you know, I'm gonna respect you as a person. So I'm gonna demand mine. You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
Wow. I love it, man. I love it. Damon, you're in your 40s now. You're married. You have children. You're in a leadership role. My question is, how do you define success now compared to when you were younger? What does success look like to you now?
Honestly, when you're young, you thinking things like the car or the chain or the shoes, or I mean, the older you get, it's something else. And then, you know, status and stuff like that, or some kind of power. That stuff don't mean nothing to me. Like even my position at work or somebody in a high position to me.
Yeah.
You know, so I look at you as, hopefully like God look at you as a person. I ain't no better than you, you no better than me. But as you get older, you look, man, that stuff fade away.
Right,
you got designer clothes, whatever the case may be. Clothes, they rip, they tear, you grow out of them. A car, it break down, stuff like that. That's the stuff you think matter, it don't matter. So the older you get, you come home, you got your kids, you got your parents, hopefully, you got people that really care about you. That's the stuff I say that make you rich. The other stuff is cool, though.
Right.
But that shouldn't be the end all be all, the only reason you're doing it for. So it should be for yourself and your own purpose, but also for your loved ones. You can come home, man, you got people that care about you. That's what make you rich.
Peace.
Yeah, so that's what mattered to me.
Wow,
as opposed to when I was younger. Yeah, that is success.
Yeah,
you can have your family and people that love you, care about you. Yeah. That's being successful.
Amazing, man. Amazing. If you could go back in time to talk to the younger Damon Werts, what's one thing that you would say to him?
There's a couple at different times.
Okay.
Man. For one, in a way, I probably would have told myself, hey man, put that stuff down, man, when I started messing around a little bit in the streets. But I can't really say that because then I would have, the encounter I had, like I told you, when I was there.
Yeah.
I needed it to happen there.
At that moment. That's good, man.
Yeah. It's the reason it happened the way it happened. So I can't really say that, man, but just them kind of decisions though, you know what I mean? And I probably would tell you, one decision in just a split second can change your life. Like that. Just you thinking a certain way at one time could mess you up. And you might come out of it, but it can follow you too. Some decisions we make can follow you.
Yeah.
So I probably would just tell myself to watch the decisions I make.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
For sure.
Wow. Here's another question, man.
Yeah.
When you think about your wife, what comes to mind?
Honestly, about my wife, man, we get into it. I ain't even talking about a bad way. I'm talking about like the stuff she tell me and you know the stuff I tell her. But to be honest with you, man, she keep the house clean. She play her role. You know what I mean? And that's helpful. But to be honest with you, man, even with the prison thing with that, I mean, I knew her, but I didn't think I would probably I didn't think I was gonna be with her. I didn't think like that. But when I came home, certain events happened. And then we found ourselves at a point when she was kind of tired of living a certain way or a certain lifestyle, and I was tired. And that's when we got together. So it wasn't before. I think if what happened before, it wouldn't have worked. Because I knew her before, but it wouldn't have worked, man.
Wow. So it was timing, perfect timing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, and we still learning, man. We've been through some stuff, man. Like I remember the first year we almost ain't make it.
Because you were learning each other.
Well, a decision I made at a job I had at the time. I got into it with this guy, well, he kind of was bothering me. I don't bother him. And he was bothering me, and he had been bothering me. And one day he said, "You ain't getting paid" or something. I'm like, and I just went left, man. And I hit the dude.
Right.
Lost my job. He pressed charges. She had a daycare at the time at home. Took her license. They waited a year to take her license, and I had to go to jail for 15 days. And this is the first year we married. So I'm just using this as a testament.
Right.
She was mad. Something got taken from her that she built up before we was even together. We still found a way to work it out. So when you look at stuff like that, and I remember the time we ain't had no car, pick up in the work van. And then I remember the time we had one car. And then I remember, so you look at stuff like that, and when you reflect, then you just be like, man, you might as well just keep it where I'm going. You might as well just keep on.
You know, she's there for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, man.
Sure.
Shout out to her, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When I first came home, my mom gave me a minivan. And she didn't say nothing about it. Like, I had a little old Ford minivan riding around. So stuff like that, man.
Got you. Got you. Last question, man. What's next for Damon Werts and family in 2025?
To be honest with you, simple. Like, I just wanna reach people. Like that's how I was when I first came. And when I say, like I said, full circle.
Got you.
I just wanna plant seeds, man.
Wow.
Like sometimes you're gonna be watering, or sometimes you're gonna be planting the seed. You don't know which one. That ain't none of my business. I just wanna reach people. You know what I mean? Whether it's advice, the stuff you're doing, man. I commend you, man, on just because you get to talk to people from all walks of life. That's something I always wanted to do, man. Because like I said, I feel people's energies just from being empathetic. That's just how I've always been. So a lot of people going through stuff. I like to be there. I'm gonna go through stuff sometimes.
Right.
There's people in my life in place, and some people I don't even know. I ain't encountered yet, but just to be there and just talk to people and make your presence felt. You know what I mean? Because in the end, man, if anybody say something about me, I just want them to say stuff like, I remember one time he told me this, or he helped me do it, or I know he helped so and so do this, because I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
I ain't in the business of helping somebody and just broadcasting it like that. I just want to make a difference in other people's life.
Gotcha.
While following my purpose.
Wow. Full circle.
Yeah, for sure.
Full circle. Man, we really appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, being heard, man.
Yeah.
That's all I ask, man. So I thank you for the time you took, man.
Absolutely.
Setting up and everything. Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Damon Werts. Thanks, bro.
Hey, man, appreciate you. All right.